Good morning, all of you. Now, today, in continuation with the same civics chapter, a criminal justice system, we will have a look at the role of the public prosecutor. We already have seen that how a criminal case proceeds in our courts of law. We have also had a look at the role of the police and how an FIR is filed in. The rules and the laws relating to that we have done yesterday. Now today we'll have a look at the role of the public prosecutor. Now it is the responsibility of the state to protect and look after its citizens, and a crime against a citizen, it is considered to be a crime against the state or the crime against the government. And whenever a crime is committed, it is not considered that the crime is committed only against that single individual. It is considered that the crime has been committed against the entire society as a whole. So whenever a crime is committed, it is not against just one person, it is like against the entire society. And keeping this thing in mind, the victim of a crime, he is represented in the court by a lawyer which is appointed by the government. Why? Because the crime, it is said, is committed against the entire society or against the state, and that is why it is the responsibility of the state to provide a lawyer to the victim. And he is a senior lawyer and is called as a public prosecutor. But if the victim feels that he needs to hire one or more lawyers and he wants his case to be presented by his own lawyers, so he is allowed to even do that. He can hire one or two more lawyers in addition to the public prosecutor which has been provided to him. Okay, now if you remember the murder case involving Sandhya Jadhav in the previous chapter that we did, and the case was known as the state of Maharashtra versus Sandhya Jadhav and others. And so, you know, the case is said that it was by the state of Maharashtra against Sandhya Jadhav. And so, the case against the accused, it was presented by the state, and that is why the person who presents it, he is called as a public prosecutor, and he is appointed by the state or the government, because it is considered that the crime is committed against not only an individual but against an entire society. Okay, now the public prosecutor, he is a representative of the government or the state, and the role of the public prosecutor begins after the police IO or the police investigating officer. He collects the evidences, and he conducts the investigation, and then later on he submits the charge sheet in the magistrate's court. Yes, yesterday someone was asking about this thing, right? When we were doing true and false. So see, it is the IO who submits, the investigating officer who submits the charge sheet in the magistrate's court. Okay, now the whole case, it proceeds on the basis of this charge sheet which is presented in the court, and it is the responsibility of the public prosecutor to act while he is doing his work, to do his work without any fear or without any favor to either of the two parties, and to present all the facts, the evidences, the witnesses before the court, so the guilty would be punished and the innocent would be set free. So he has to do his work without any fear, without any favor, present all the facts, the evidences, the witnesses, everything, and all this should be done keeping in mind that the guilty, he should be punished and the innocent should be set free. Now a lawyer who needs to be or who wants to be a public prosecutor, he needs to have at least 7 years of experience at the bar or practice at the bar. Now bar is a professional association of lawyers, and so only then a lawyer who has had at least 7 years of experience as a professional lawyer at the bar, only he can be a public prosecutor. And And then the candidates for this post, now they also have to clear an examination, and this examination is conducted periodically by the different state governments. Okay, so now we move on to the role of a judge. Now, the judge is just like a referee in a football match, or like an umpire we have in the cricket match. And now, the duty of the judge is to decide on the basis of the facts, the evidences, and the witnesses that are presented before him. So he needs to judge on the basis of that, and while doing this, he needs to be impartial, and he needs to deliver his judgment according to the law and not by showing favoritism to any side. And if he wants to clarify a particular point, he can put up certain questions, but the judge, he does not take part in interrogation or in pleading means pleading not guilty, or in interrogation. So he does not take any part. He is simply like a referee of or an umpire. He listens to everything, and then on the basis of all the facts, evidences, the witnesses, and according to the law, he delivers his verdict. Okay, and he also adjourns the case to a future date, so that more information and more evidences could be gathered on the particular case. And after hearing and the all the facts, then all listening to the witnesses of the to the testimony of the witnesses and all the evidences that are presented before him, then he gives his verdict. And if the accused is found to be guilty, then the judge, he gives him punishment. Now that punishment could be a death sentence, life imprisonment, or imprisonment for a certain period of time, and all this can be with fine or without any fine. And he gives his judgment orally also, as well as in writing also. And while doing so, he tells that why he has given this judgment, and he also cites, he also takes the different relevant articles. He cites the different relevant articles, that according to the article so and so and so, he has done this and this, and that is why he has been given this judgment. And if the accused, or the person who is accused of doing certain crime, now if he is found to be innocent, then he is set free. uh, Now, we talked about that every person, while we were looking at the Supreme Court guidelines and all, we have seen that even the accused person, he is given certain fundamental rights. He also has human rights, and that even the accused, now he also needs to have a free and fair trial. He could also defend himself in the court of law. And so our judicial system, it provides full scope for a fair trial. And the prosecution, they have to prove beyond any doubt that the accused is guilty. And the our whole judicial system, it simply hangs on the fact, or it hinges on the fact, that no innocent should be punished until the time he is proved guilty in a court of law. And so, first of all, we all know that we have independent judiciary. That is what we have already done in the previous chapter. And there are so many provisions of our constitution which provide for an independent judiciary, like Article 21 of the Constitution, the Criminal Procedure Codes, and the Civil Procedure Code. They also provide for a free and fair trial. Now, if we go back to the story of Sohan Singh and Ramesh Sharma, what if the court had not given a copy of the charge sheet to Sohan Singh? And what if the court has not appointed a lawyer to defend the accused Sohan Singh? Sohan Singh, if you remember, he told the court that he will not be able to afford a lawyer for himself, and so the state, they provided a defense lawyer to Sohan Singh. And what if the trial was not held in open court and in public view? But obviously, if all those things would have happened, then obviously we would not have called it an fair trial. But actually, none of this happened, and all the precautions were taken to make sure that they get a fair trial. And Sohan Singh, he was given a copy of the charge sheet by the court with details of the evidences and the statements of the witnesses against him. And he was also provided with a defense lawyer, and that also at the expenditure of the government. The trial, it took place in an open court in full public view, and the trial was held in the presence of both the accused as well as the victim, and it was also presented by people who were well versed in their job, means by uh, proper and professional lawyers. And the defense lawyer, he was Swan Singh's lawyer, Raman Pandey. He was also given an opportunity to cross examine the witnesses which were produced by the public prosecutor, and he was also allowed to present witnesses of his own, though his witness was found to be false. And the accused, the public prosecutor, he was able to prove beyond any doubt that the accused was guilty, and the defense lawyer, he failed to prove that his person was innocent, so he failed to prove the innocence of the accused. And the judge, during the whole process, he also simply did not jump to the conclusion that yes, the accused is guilty, and means as soon as the lathis and the means the weapon of offense, the lathis and the bloodstained shirt was found, the doctor's injury report before him, he did not at that time only pronounce that yes, the accused is guilty. But he took time, he decided the matter on the basis of the evidences that were produced before the court. And the judge, throughout the scene, he remained impartial. And since the doctor's report was before him, the blood-stained shirt of the victim was there, and the prosecution witnesses, the witnesses which were produced by the prosecution, they were also able to tell about the guilt of the accused. So he was given a judgment of 1 year's imprisonment and a fine of 5,000 rupees. And so justice was finally done to Mr. Sharma because he was given a fair trial. And now, the rule of the law, it means that everyone is equal before law and no one is above the law. And so what, everyone is equal before the law, now that means without any discrimination on the basis of any difference that the people might have on the basis of caste, creed, class, gender, religion, and on the basis means any difference, social status, education. So whatever difference may be, everyone should be treated equally before the law, irrespective of any difference that they might have. And therefore the constitution and the civil as well as the criminal procedure code, they lay down provisions for a fair trial. And but this can only happen if all the players which are involved, now they carry out their responsibility according to the law. Okay, so that was it. Have you all understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.